1040.com has simplified pricing, they've updated their interface, but it still feels like it falls short on the list of tax software to file your taxes in 2020. Here's what you need to know about 1040.com. I'm covering a complete review and video walkthrough. Hey guys, welcome back to The College Investor, investing in personal finance for millennials. Today we are covering 1040.com. So the pricing is very straightforward, which I really liked about this tax software. It is $25 to file your federal and state return. So there's no additional payments for state return. If you have a dependent and a W-2, it's 25 bucks. If you're self-employed and make over $100,000 and you're married, it's $25. No matter what your situation is $25, which I really appreciated them being so straightforward about. So now that we know that it's $25, let's go ahead and jump into the tax software and I'll show you how it works. We are going to get started with filing our tax return with 1040.com. Before we actually get into the tax software, just wanted to point out that their blog and resources are actually really valuable. I found this really easy to read and some of their articles were really relevant. If you run your own blog, they have this tax tips article on how taxes work for bloggers. So I thought that was really well written and all of their articles were easy to understand. So if anything, check out their free resources, the blog, and their printables on 1040.com. Okay, so now that we got that out of the way, let's go ahead and start filing our return. All right, you're going to set up your email address, username, and password, and then I'll meet you on the other side. Okay, you should have been prompted to answer some security questions there, and then you're inside of the dashboard. This actually looks identical to Liberty Tax in terms of what the dashboard looks like. So I think what we're going to start off with is just some tax filer profile information, and then we'll get into federal and then the state. So I'm just answering some generic questions here. Everything's just dummy information for this tutorial. Up front, it says your state return is included, and then it's giving me the option to add my state return. Normally, these things are already included, so I'm not sure why I have to say yes, add my return. But I'm going to go ahead and click Save. And then we're going to start in on the federal tax portion. So for this example, I have a W-2. And so far, it doesn't look like I can import my W-2, which is a bummer. So you'll most likely have to manually enter in this information. Okay, once you have the W-2 filled out, you can click no. If you don't have another one, yes, to add another W-2. And then there are two different portions here. You can either click I'm finished, or you can have 1040 guide you through each section. They'll ask you a couple of questions about each of the sections. So you can see here, interest and dividends, investments, business, retirement, and other income. So if you have any of these forms, which I do like how they've highlighted here, then you would go into those sections and fill out those forms. Otherwise, you can say you're finished with your income. Another thing that's different from other tax software is dependents is broken out into a separate section. But up here at the top, it shows you your federal refund and your state refund. And these obviously will fluctuate up and down as you fill out more of your tax information. If you ever need help with any of these sections, though, looks like you can press this help button. And then you're going to have to type in what you need help with and maybe search for it. So let's say we have some student loan interest that we want to report. Student loan interest, student loan adjustment. So not quite the same wording, but I'll go ahead and add the form. And then it just asks what the amount of interest you paid on your student loan in 2019. This form, the form number, isn't even listed in this area of the tax software. So if you didn't know what tax form to look for, it almost feels like you have to just put in an arbitrary number, which isn't correct. You get this from the form that your lender has provided you. So let's say I did have that form, which is the 1098E. I'll go ahead and say I paid $200 in student loan interest. Save. And then let's go back to my return. Okay. Federal taxes. Let's get started. Well, I've already started it, so looks like they're having me go through kind of the same process over. I guess I could skip and go through this way. Okay, deductions and credits. If you have any of these, then you can go ahead and click on the appropriate section and fill out that form. You can also have them guide you through the sections, and then they'll ask you simple questions. Did you own a home in 2019? No. Did you pay any other taxes that you wish to deduct? No. Did you donate clothes, household goods? No. Did you make any cash donations? Yes. Tell us about your donations. Let's say you contributed $500 towards hurricanes. Does the 30% limitation apply to any of your donations? What's this? So it does give you a breakdown of some of the things that they're talking about within the charitable donation section. And then you can click I'm done here. Okay, then going through healthcare, other tax situations. Okay, once you go through those major sections, your federal return is now ready to file. You can click Finished with Federal, and then use that tax information to file your state return. So if you know what you're doing, if you have a simple tax situation, maybe a W-2, maybe some student loan interest, or even some interest that you've earned with a bank, it seems like it's pretty easy to hop around 1040.com. The one biggie that I don't like about this software is the help section is just really pretty much nothing. You have to search for things, and if you don't come up with the proper wording, who knows if the right information will pop up. Otherwise, you can contact support or click this live chat. And if you click this live chat, a pop-up window will pop up and you'll be able to chat with somebody or email. I'm not sure about you if you like these types of support options. Live chat is really nice, but let's go back to state taxes. Use that tax information. I don't owe any use tax. Next. Save. And then it says your state return is ready to file. And then it says your returns are now ready to file. You can even see a preview of your return, and that'll download as a PDF.
and then you can click that open, and then you'll actually see your tax return summary. If you like seeing a printed list like this where it's the actual forms that get filed to the IRS, this is what you would review prior to filing. Then you can click File Now, double check everything, continue filing, e-file your returns, and then they're going to try to upsell you here at the end with the Audit Assist and ID Theft Restoration for $29.95. You can add that and get this audit assistance and then 6 months of daily credit monitoring after an incident. No thanks, I don't think that's worth it. Then we'll go ahead and see the payment options. Okay, it's $25 to file with 1040.com, and that includes the state return. You can do this by paying with your credit or debit card or directly from your refund. I'll go ahead and continue, and then you would add in your payment information and then pay for $25.
So 1040.com, the tax software, is a little bit more than bare bones, but there really just wasn't a whole lot about it. I found that there was some parts that were a little clunky and other parts that were pretty straightforward. So for $25, I think you could get it done with 1040, but there are probably other tax software that could do a better job. We really like TaxSlayer this year. If you want something more robust, check out TurboTax. You're going to pay a premium with them. However, Credit Karma came out with a completely free version, and we really enjoy their interface. For what it's worth, however, 1040.com actually has a really helpful blog section. I was going through their self-employment tax and everything was really well written. It was easy to understand, and I felt like their help articles were just really well done. So if you're looking just for free tax information in general, I would hit up 1040.com's blog. Also, they have printables with a checklist for each of your situations. So if you're, again, going back to the self-employed situation, they have a printable that will help you determine what documents that you would need and some yes or no questions to help you formulate a decision on what kind of forms you need to be filling out. So take a look at that. Otherwise, it seems like you could do better with other tax software other than 1040. For more tax software reviews, be sure to visit thecollegeinvestor.com.